blinds march higher, relentless cold. Every hand a battle, every chip is gold. No quick escape, no easy crown. The grinders rise, the reckless drown.
And here we are with the Dominion Run, the final table. Can you believe it? 8 weeks of grinding it out on the Grinder Series. The Syndicate has made it to yet another Monday, and we have our top 7. It's the Dominion Run, final table, a free-to-play poker game being played live at PokerNow.club. The Syndicate website, SyndicatePokerClub.com. Our top 7 finalists have made it here to this final table tonight to take on each other, to battle it out for the crown on this pretty little table. Isn't it wonderful? It is awesome. It was a battle last week. Check back into the archives of the YouTube channel. Make sure to like, subscribe, do the bell, do whatever it is, fart in the wind. Figure out what it is you need to do to get the notifications to be notified of future broadcasts, including tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern. We will be bringing yet another final table. But tonight, we've got our top 7 listed there in blue. That was your top 10 as it battled out last week. Did not know who was going to make it and who was going to falter. But Marta, Quadzilla, Lyrialis, Godly, Casely, Jam Rock and Roll, and Millie have made it. Four King Asol, Molly Mary, and Biggie Large just barely missing it off to make this final table of the Dominion Run. 8 weeks of grinding it out. And now here we are. We have shuffled up and dealt. And Poker Cat will be with us here shortly to explain to you what exactly we're seeing here tonight. All of our players are starting with 10,000 in invisible free chips. Nobody paying a dime to play in these games. All free roll poker. Jack 10 King of Hearts on this one. We got a 9 sitting out there as well. Straight or flush or a straight flush or a royal flush. Just a pair of kings. That's all we've got in this first hand. Excitement. Huge hands in the first hand. Poker Cat, come tell us, what exactly do we have going on tonight? Poker Cat, the official referee of the Syndicate Poker Club. The game is No Limit Texas Hold'em. They're starting off with 10,000 in chips. The blinds start off at 5,100. These are forced blinds to the left of the dealer button. They will increase every 10 minutes. Each player gets 2 hole cards dealt to them after the blinds are put in. They can check, fold, raise, whatever it is. 5 community cards are dealt out. 3 are called to flop. Those are the first 3 cards you'll see dealt out. Then a round of betting. Then a turn comes. Another round of betting. Then a river card. The River of Tears. And then a final round of betting and then a showdown. The best 5 card hand wins using standard poker hand ranks. And that's how it all pretty much boils down. As we're into the action, missed out on the last hand, but we will get you caught up. Nobody got knocked out yet. Thank God. We just started. It's okay. We'll keep you up to date. Just tune us in right here at Syndicate Poker Club on YouTube, playing live on PokerNow, a free-to-play poker client. I think we've got the obligatories out of the way now. All right, I am the voice of mystery, and I am here to call this game for you. We will give you some music here in a little bit, background sounds and all that, all being provided by, that's right, Dot Matrix. 598 comes out on this flop. They are all spaded up. Leary Alice says it's worth 600. Jam Rock and Roll. Well, have a think about this. Yeah, we have to scoot our table down a little bit. We're cutting Leary Alice's cards off there. Ace 7-4 comes out. 7-4 of spades. Ace of hearts. Marta Quadzilla. Check it out. Casely in the hand. Action on her. 200 to go. Godley's out. Marta says no. Quadzilla is out of the picture as well. Pair aces for Casely on the flop. Dealer is signified by the white dealer button. That's who Marta. That's who Marta is. That's who Marta is. Marta is a dealer only for this hand. It will rotate around the table. Each player will be designated as the dealer. To the left of the dealer is the small blind, big blind. Now Quadzilla, as you can see, has the button. Millie is the small blind at 50. Jam Rock and Roll has 100 for the big blind. These are forced bets before any cards are dealt out. Then each player has the option to raise or fold. Quadzilla Leary Alice sticking with this one. 2, 3, 4. Rainbow. Which means there is one of each suit on the board there. Now we got a 5 of hearts that comes with that deuce. And a 10 of clubs. Probably didn't help anybody here. And there it is. Double straight. You know what that's time for. That's right. Get the chopsticks. Get the soy sauce. It is time for Chop Suey Chop Pot. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. 5,100 are the blinds still for however long it says. 5 minutes there. Timer up in the left, right-hand corner. I don't know my right from my left, but you probably do. So whatever side I say it is, try the opposite. That's probably where it's at. Up in the right-hand corner is the timer for the blinds. When that timer goes down to 0, that means it's the end of the world. And the blinds will go up for another, whatever the next level is. In this case, it'll be 75, 150. It'll go up 25, whatever it is, 25.50. And then from there, they will start going up 100, 200 after that blind level. After about an hour, everybody will take a break, visit the porcelain gods, and be ready to take on even more poker if we get that far. You never know. Sometimes these games can go quick, depending on how aggressive everybody is. 7-3-3 on the board. 7-3 of spades, 3 of clubs. Leary Alice going 300 for double threes. Quadzilla going up over the top. 4 timing that one. Quadzilla is not a 2-timer. He's a 4-timer. 4-time winner, actually. We'll tell you about that shortly. 8 of diamonds comes out on the turn, whatever that thing is. Whenever that 4th card comes out, also known as 4th Street. 1575, says Quadzilla, betting about half the pot there. Actually, that is half the pot, isn't it? Do the math, quick. Leary Alice says it may or may not be worth it. This could be a huge pot here. Leary Alice will not go with it. 10 Queen, Godly shows. Leary Alice trying to get some information off of Quadzilla there. And it appears them lips is sealed. Ain't nothing coming out of there. I have an off-color joke for that, but I'm not allowed to say that kind of stuff on the Syndicate broadcasts. I got my FCC license taken away last week. Godly raising it up for another $1.30 to go. Nobody wants to play along with that. And everybody heads out of that hand. We are on to the next. Still got about 2 minutes left of these 5,100 blinds. Pocket aces for Marta. Saying that looks like some good stuff there. Millie checking the option. Jack deuce 7. Getting checked around over to Marta. Goes 200. Everybody paying for the turn card. It's a jack of clubs. That'll pair the board here. 100 to go from Quadzilla. And just two pair. Jacks and 7s for both players. And that is, yet again, another chop pot. Thank you. 5,100 to go, but Casey says 400 to go. Nobody wants to pay the extra on that one. It's like going to Walmart and having to pay for a bag to take your groceries home. Walk over to the damn vegetable aisle. Hey, you can get plastic bags for free over there all day long. Marta goes up another 200. Ooh, and another 5 on top of that from Quadzilla. 800 total to go. 700, no, 700 to Leary Alice. Out of there. Marta will call the raise, and we are clubbed on this flop. 8 Jack 10. $18.50 to go. Both players sticking with it. 4 to a straight out there on the board. 3 to a flush on the board as well. $5.50 in the pot. $27.75, and it's bet and called. 3 of diamonds comes on the river. Big all in from Marta right here early. And Quadzilla will call. Marta hitting huge with the straight. Pocket aces not holding for Quadzilla there. Did not think Marta had that, I guess. So Quadzilla taking a humongous hit on that. Marta taking a huge lead now. King, ace, king on this board. Marta going after Quadzilla again. 7 of clubs comes out on the river. Probably not a help here. 300 to go. Quadzilla being taken down by a full house on that one. Interesting play going on here. This is almost like a surrender here. And we have a family pot on our hands. Everybody's sticking around with this one. Limping in for the big blind of 150 to go. 300 to go now, Marta says. Jammer will play along with that. Jack of Diamonds comes out on the river. $300 to go from Marta over to Jam Rock and Roll. And Jammer will take that one with a pair of kings. Not a stupendous, exciting hand there. But not every hand can be exciting. For those of you that watch poker on TV, generally they cut and paste everything together for you to give you the most exciting part of poker. If anybody's ever watched a full, actual live stream, sometimes poker can be very boring. That's why I crack jokes about my cat. 275 Quadzilla all in. Already our first all-in, well, not first all-in, but of the game already very early, only on the second blind level right now, after Quadzilla took a humongous hit from Marta. Jack of Clubs, Casely and Marta still on a side pot here. $450 to go. Casely trying to get Marta out of there. Casely having to flush, taking Quadzilla out and taking down the full pot. So Quadzilla will end out in 7th place at the Dominion Run final table. Very early, only in the second blind level. After being hit pretty hard by Marta. Casely building back some chips that she lost earlier in the game, so she'll get back to even start here, as Marta is double up pretty much any one given player at this point, having taken a good portion of Quadzilla's hand, or chips in that one hand there. 75, 150 to go between Millie, Jam Rock and Roll. Marta says it's going to go up another 300, so we're at 450, 300 to go to Jam Rock. Marta will hold it. $75 limp in from Jammer. Jack 5-6 on the flop. Jackson 5. Oh, now we got a flat tire. Jackson 4. Jackson 4? What is a Jack 4? What the hell's wrong with me? 600 to go from Leary Alice. Marta will hang on. 2 of Hearts comes on the river. 900. No, thank you. Marta's out of there. Leary Alice with a no-show. We didn't get a chance to show everybody at the moment. 450 from Marta. Millie's going to hang in there. Casely's going along for the ride. Godley as well. 6, 7, 10. 6, 7 of spades. 10 of hearts. Casely's going big. Betting the pot. And everybody else is out. Casely with a no-show on that. We never got around to the player profiles yet. I didn't think it was going to go that quick. Anyway, Quadzilla, who just went out 7th place, last place of the game, has won 4 series games with the Syndicate so far. 11th overall with the Syndicate. Also took 2nd in face-off. Also has the nickname of Bridesmaidzilla, was finishing second for so long, but has battled back. Also one of the top PokerNow sit-and-go season players at PokerNow.club, the home of the Syndicate Poker Club. Free poker for everybody. You don't even have to have an account. Just make a table. 9-4 deuce was out there. And we didn't get to see those cards before they got wiped away. Damn dealers too quick on the cleanup of the table. Clean up on aisle 4. Holy crap. 7-7-6. 7-6 of clubs. A 7 of hearts. Yo, they tell me to go that we should be broadcasting this in 4 colors, and I wouldn't have this problem between diamonds and hearts. But here's the problem. I'm colorblind. I have no idea what color yellow is for. In any case, if I misrepresent something, don't worry about it. Just use your own eyes, because they're probably better than mine. Casely going 600 on this. This is why I'm never at a final table. 600. 600 to go. 450 more over to Millie. Or 350. 450. 450. King, king, queen. Doesn't matter. King, queen of clubs. King of diamonds. 150 to go. And 8 of spades comes out there. Betting the minimums here. Millie betting into Casely. And both players will go. Casely with the... Oh, and there goes the pocket jacks. Curse of the pocket jacks with the... Syndicate again, maybe starting up again, because we've been seeing that a lot lately. The jacks have been not holding. They were holding a lot recently, but not so much these last couple of games here. Jacks starting to get the curse back. Pocket aces from Casely holding on there. 150 to go. Jam, rock, and roll on the option here to check or raise. He will check it down. 6-4 hearts, jack of spades. Poker Cat is in the background getting into the catnip, high as hell. I don't know how much refereeing he's going to be doing tonight. 300 to go, says Godly on this flop. Jam, rock, and roll. We'll get out of there. Godly will take a few chips back in to the chip stack. Everybody watching their hands as they play their cards tonight. They could be cut up by all these swords wrapping around the racetrack of the table. 4-9-6. 4-9 of clubs, 6 of spades. Imagine if spades were red. Then I'd really be screwed. 400 to go from Leary Alice. Casely. Will go along with it. Another club comes. This is a 5 on the turn. And 800 to go for a 3. Wow, it wasn't for free, but it was still a 3. And Casely will take it with the king high flush. Playing it very conservatively, but still taking down the chips. Jamrock will go on the aggressive here. 200 more. Millie and Marta sitting this one out. 8-9 queen, all rainbowed up. I almost said all spaded up. I would have been so wrong there. Almost 4 to a straight gutter here. Also known as gut shot. Belly buster. Fart inducer. With 2 hearts on the board. 9, 10 hearts. Queen of spades. 8 of diamonds. 800 to go from Casely over to Jam, Rock, and Roll. Who just took a bottle of wine away from Millie and told her to get her ass in the game. Jam, Rock, and Roll will play. Casely on the button will go. And Leary Alice on the option will check it. 8-4-6, 4-6 of clubs, 8 of hearts. I need more coffee. 750 to go. And everybody heading out to the hills on that one. Hell or high water. And apparently there was high water because everybody went running. Eight, 9, 8 on this board. And now we got trip 8s. With a 9, 200, says Leary Alice. Millie will go for that jack of clubs here on the river. Check down to Millie. Aggressing at only 200. And there's your jack on the river for the boat. Leary Alice with the no-show. So Millie getting that river, jack river. Doing exactly what Jam Rock and Roll said. Get your ass in the game. Whoa, 1,200 to go from Marta here. That's another 1,000 to go for Millie. She will not play. Casely. And no action for Marta on that aggressiveness. Pocket aces, get the hell out of there. Don't let anybody catch anything else, especially with what both Casely and Godley were showing there. Could have been anything with that flop coming down. Extra 250 from Godley. 350 to go for Millie. Now 250 to go for Jam Rock and Roll, who was sitting in the big blind. Will not. And Godley will take those blinds away. 100, 200, the blinds have gone up. And they will go up again to 200, 400. We're going to start getting on the steep side of the game here. As the blinds will go up 100, 200 every blind level every 10 minutes. 9, 10 of diamonds, king of hearts. 2,000 to go, says Jam Rock and Roll. Millie getting her ass in the game. Another belly buster sitting on the board here. 5 of spades comes. It was not a help, apparently, to either one of them. King 10, 2 pair on the flop. King 6 for Millie, flopping the pair of kings. A lot of draw opportunity there, but not going to pan out there with that shitty-ass river card. So, Jammer adding to the stack there. Everybody's starting to inch closer to Marta here slowly. Queen 3 of hearts, 7 of spades. And Godley will take that one down as well. All right, we're going to step aside. We'll give you the Dominion Run full anthem here. And I will be back in a moment after getting some coffee. Enjoy the game. It is the Dominion Run game, final table. This is it. This will be the last Dominion Run of the, well, who knows? Maybe of the year. Well, of the year for sure, because 2026 season will be completely different. Stay tuned. Check out syndicatepokerclub.com.
The blinds march higher, relentless cold. Every hand a battle, every chip is gold. Breath held tight when the river comes, but the turn decides how the sacrifice. Every ray's a scar. Dreams hang heavy where the champions are. One by one, the strong fall undone. The road is endless in the Dominion run. Miles of hands, the war goes on. Steel against steel till the break of dawn. Through the silence, through the storm we run. Glory awaits in the Dominion. The grind is eternal. The Dominion never ends.
And it feels like it never ends. It is a grinder of a series. King King Ace comes out on that flop. Jam Rock and Roll gets everybody out of there. Godly with only a 9 deuce. We're back on the Dominion run. Final table. After 8 weeks of grinding it out in a grinder of a series with a 5,000 chip stack originally. In all of the qualifier games. Top 7 sitting here at the final table of the series. Marta actually coming in first in the series, I believe. But our top 2 fiercest competitors actually going out, or going at it, and one knocking the other one out. Blinds are up to 200, 400. Leary Alice going a little bit more than that, 800 more to go. Casely will play along. Deuce King 7. It's a 7 deuce. And Leary Alice will take that one down. So just to give you a breakdown of what our top 10 was of our series leaders here with the Dominion run. Everybody was playing No Limit Texas Hold'em. They got 5,000 chips, and the blind started out at 1020 and it progressed every 10 minutes. They were scored off of what is called a Warren slide, so everybody got points based off of their finishing position and how many players were in the game. Marta, Quadzilla, Leary Alice, Godly, Casely, Jam Rock and Roll, Millie, in that order, finished in the top 7. 8th came 4 King Ace Hole, Molly Mary, and then Biggie Large in 10th. And if you check out our stream from last Monday, you will see that leaderboard pop around up and down and left and right as everybody was battling it out to make it to this final table. But that's where everybody landed at the end of the qualifiers. And now they're battling it out for the last top spot to take King Arthur's sword. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's Professor Chips' sword. He's hiding it somewhere over by the litter box in the cat food. $200, $400 are the blinds, and Jam Rock and Roll limp in Casely on the option here. Casely will fold out 759. It is rainbowed up. And we are actually keeping track of the YouTube chat out there, by the way, for all of our viewers for a change. We got a nasty email that said, hey, you know, we're out here. We have things to say, too. You can't just talk to yourself the whole time. I said, watch me. 800 to go from Marta. Jammer will play along. Casely has the action. Gets out of the way. Leary Alice, quick fold. 3 of spades comes on the turn. Jam Rock and Roll not going to be aggressive, but Marta will. And Marta will take that down. Syndicate Poker Club, playing for free, but playing for real. Playing their games over at PokerNow.club, a free-to-play poker site. Check them out, PokerNow.club. No money required, no sign-up required even. You can build a table without even having an account. Send the link off to your friends, and you guys can have a little poker game across the country. 2-10 of hearts, ace of spades. Being checked around till Jam Rock and Roll, who's going big time, betting the pot at $2,000. Larry Alice says, no thank you from anybody. And an ace-7 of hearts there for Jammer. So there is that. From the bearded one, also known as Pops. Jam Rock and Roll loves some Hold'em. He's 68 years old, hails out of Australia, currently sitting as the Syndicate's 8th overall player. Once got quad aces at the Flamingo in Las Vegas. He's won 2 of the series games with the Syndicate out of the over 100 games that have been played with the Syndicate Poker Club. Best season sit and go ranking over at PokerNow.club is 44th, where everybody is ranked up over there. And why did that just come back up? Because we hit that button. What the hell was that? Did we just slide a table over a table? We did. That was fun. Let's do that again. Everybody's getting bored in the viewer chat. 200, 400 to go. Got to make you dizzy somehow. Jack Ace 3. It is rainbowed up. A spade, a heart, and a spade, a heart, and a club. Now another heart. Ace 5 of hearts. 3 of spades. Jack of clubs. A free 3 on the river as usual. And Marta saying you got to pay for a showdown. And there it is. Marta will hold that one down. And hang on to the doubled up chips there at 220 grand. Everybody starting out with 10 grand in chips. Everybody else kind of hanging tight somewhere around level. Marta with a big lead right now after taking Quadzilla out big time. 400 to go from Millie with a 6 of spades on the turn. Ace of diamonds comes out to give some diamond leverage on this board here. 800 more to go. So that's going to be 400 more to go to Millie. And Leary Alice taking that one. Casely under the gun will play along. It's another 8 to go from Marta. And Marta will take 1,000 in blinds there with that bet. Just got message that everybody is really looking forward to the break. This just came through on the answering machine.
I have to go to the bathroom. I can't think straight is how bad it is.
3-6 king comes out on the flop. It is rainbowed up. A diamond, a club, and a spade. King of spades being your high card. 400 from Marta. That's a no-go. Marta limping in. Jammer. 400. on the action. Says no. Extra 200 from Casely. No, we're going even more than that. We're going another 8. Over to Marta. And we will see a flop of 7, deuce 10, 7 of spades, deuce of clubs. And it's a sweet little 10 of hearts out there in the middle of all that. 1,200 to go from Casely. We'll get Marta out of there. Marta obviously not landing anything. That was a snap fold right there. Getting the hell out of there. Jam Rocker going into the action here. Will he head into the lion's den of this hand? Surrounded by women, Jam Rock and Roll is now. With Larry, Alice, Casely, and Millie in this hand. King, ace of spades. 400 to go from Millie. A 6 of diamonds as well on that flop. $400 called by Lear. And we get another 10 hearts in this so special on the turn. $400 is called by Leary Alice. And Leary Alice getting out of there at the river. Apparently nothing doing there. Blinds are now up as we are on to another blind level. We are moving along swimmingly in the Dominion Run final table. 300, 600 are the blinds to the left of the dealer, who is Godly, who will call on the button. In the option, Marta triples it up to 18. And we have a 3-8-10 on the flop. More rainbows to go. We're going to need to make a rainbow graphic one of these days. We'll wear it the fuck out, though. So many rainbow flops. 14 from Godly will get Marta out of there. And we will head off to another hand. Jam Rock and Roll under the gun now. Larry Alice on the button. Button. Who's got the button? Larry Alice has got it. Why? Because that's just the way it goes. Marta will limp in for the extra 3 milli on the option. Heads up action on this hand. 10 ace 6. Pair of sixes on the board now. And a deuce of spades to spade up the board. 600 from Marta on this river. And Millie does not want to pay to show it down with just the pair on the board. Jam Rock and Roll with the option checks it. 10-8 Jack. And that will do that one in as well. Marta going big, doubling it up. 1,200 over to Millie. 900 to Jammer. Casely will get out of there. Godly will pay the extra 6. 2-9 of spades. Jack of clubs comes. Millie, I thought was going to have some action there. I got all excited. Apparently not. Godly. I don't know why I thought there was going to be action for Millie. And no go on the 1,500 chip bet from Godly with the Jack Queen suited. Godly taking that one down. If I can find Godly in here somewhere. Page up button does not want to go very fast. Godly, hailing out of Washington, D.C., 20 years of age, has won 3 series games with the Syndicate Poker Club. Won the Weekend Warrior Series #1 back this past summer. Currently the Syndicate overall 13th ranked player. Jam Rock and Roll will take a hand down there with his pocket nines. Little badge you can make out on the profile there. Won the original Warrior Series, which another Weekend Warrior 2 is about to wrap up this coming weekend. Final 9 at that final table, and that'll be on Sunday. Pocket nines again for Godly, but taking that without any effort there other than the bet. 600 over to Casely. Casely tripling it up to 18 now. 12 to go for everybody else. No go yet. Jam Rock and Roll the only holdout here. And Jammer will fold it out. Casely will take some blinds and then some. Without a flop. Five eight of clubs. It's a 3 of hearts. 900 to go, says Marta. Another club comes. This time it's a king. And a 7 of spades to round out this board on the river. And Marta will take that with 2 pair on the river. 8s and 7s. So there you are. Syndicate Poker Club broadcasting live on YouTube. Our games are all live streamed. These are not pre-recorded or anything else like that. What you're seeing is what is happening, unless you're seeing that it's not live. Then I guess you could say it's pre-recorded. And that's not the right graphic. We brought up the wrong graphic. That was the last game. That's who played in the last game. What we were looking for was a different graphic that I'll bring up to you in just a moment. Nobody wants to play with Casely, so she will take the extra 300 away from Jammer on the donation. In any case, we were going to this graphic, the upcoming schedule. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern, we have the Accord Final. Wednesday, 4 a.m. Eastern, the Horizon Final. Make sure to like and subscribe so that you guys know when those are scheduled, broadcasted, and on the air. Wednesday, midnight Eastern, it's Where's Chase? The bounty game of twists and turns, and God knows what that glitter-eyed raccoon kleptomaniac will do. Thursday, probably not a broadcast game, but the Axe will be debuting for the Syndicate on Thursday at 10 o'clock Eastern. And Friday, Saturday, however you want to look at it, 1 a.m. Eastern, it will be the Omaha Conclave Final, which that will be broadcast right here on the YouTube channels. So like, subscribe, and stay tuned. We got an all-in from Casely with pocket queens over pocket aces. Casely, needing 1 card, will go out in 6th place as the queens do not hold up to Marta's aces, as Marta is dominating this game crazily. So Marta with a very commanding lead going into pretty close to the break here. We'll have 1 more blind level, and then after that it will be break. So we got about, can't read that, I think that's about 11 minutes. Blinds will be going up 400, 800 here momentarily. And the queen comes. $600 to go, says Millie. Over to Leary Alice. No go. And Millie will take some chips to powder her nose with a pair of queens there. Take a look at the leaderboard where it actually sits, and that's not correct because, once again, things do not like to update with PokerNow some days. So we will try and get that back up to date for you. There, pardon me, there you go. That's the distance you see between Marta and Godly, between first and second. 35 grand to 13 grand at Godly. Remember, everybody started with 10 grand in chips. Jam Rock and Roll still sitting about even with start. Leary Alice running just over half of what she started with. And Millie just under half of what she started with. Quadzilla going out first in seventh place. And then Casely going out second in sixth, with her pocket queens losing to pocket aces. So back to the action. Fours on the board. We got a 3-4 of clubs, a 4 of diamonds, and a 9 of diamonds. 600 says Millie. Millie will start building back up here with pocket kings. Jam Rock and Roll getting out of the way. Nobody wanting to play around with Leary Alice on that one. And Marta checking the option, leaving everybody in the hand here except for Godly. King Deuce 9. It's a king of spades, 2 of hearts, and a 9 of diamonds. 800 to go. Marta and Millie still in it. 10 of hearts for that 800. Now it's 16 to go. Millie sticking with it. Another 9 comes to pair the board. And Millie coming on strong, building up quickly. Gets back over the 10 grand mark, up to 12,000, or sorry, yeah, 12,000. As the blinds are up at 400, 800 on the Dominion Run final table. Queen 6 King comes out. King 6 of diamonds, Queen of clubs. Marta says 800's what that flop's worth. Millie says, okay, I will see that value over at Walmart in the self-checkout. Jam Rock and Roll is going shopping at Saks Fifth Avenue with 5,600. It's another 48 to go here. And that is a no-go there. And Jamrock showing the Jack King there. Will take that one. Jammer says, put that in your pipe and smoke it. And give me a glass of scotch, why don't you? All clubbed up on this flop. It's a King 6 deuce. 32-25 all in after that flop from Leary Alice. And Leary Alice able to take that with a very strong bet. Definitely signifying that flush there. Couple of fours on the board now, along with a king. Marta says that's worth some money. Millie says the hell it is. $800 to go over here to Jam Rock and Roll. Queen 6 of spades, 7 of diamonds. $4,000 to go from Larry Alice. Jam Rock and Roll getting brave and calling it. We'll play along. Deuce of clubs comes. The board is clear. And pocket aces over a pair of queens. So queen 7 will not hold here. A pair of queens over the pocket aces. Aces over 7s. We'll take that one down. Larry Alice making an exit in 5th place. Just a few minutes before the halfway mark of the, well, the halfway mark, whatever. It may not be the halfway mark. But anyway, the first break of the game coming here in about 5 minutes. Jam Rock and Roll building up and getting a little closer to being able to take some damaged chips away from Marta. A lot of action and gameplay to be had here still. Larry Alice, who just made the exit, won the very first Syndicate Poker Club's free roll tournaments, the Summer Series 2025, an 8-game qualifier with a final table. Took the final table on that one back in, I believe it was July, late June. Anyways, won 3 series games with the Syndicate, 13th season sit and go best overall at PokerNow.club. Hails out of Europe and likes to play the Hold'em as her favorite game variant of poker. Larry Alice, one of the original core members of the Syndicate Poker Club, coming on board very early. Pair of 10s on the board. Board is rainbowed up with a spade, a diamond, and a heart. 10 of hearts, 10 of spades. Marta says it's worth 800. And nobody wants to see if there's anything else that could come worth that much. And we have the devil's hand flopped out right there with a 7 of spades. 666 on the flop. And we do not see if anybody did quad that one up. It does not appear as such. Usually people will brag about that if they did have it. 5 deuce deuce and then a 7. Everybody getting feisty and fast here. Snap call, snap, raises, snap, fold, snap, snappity, snap, snap. $853, 800 to go from Godly, and everybody pretty much saying,
alrighty then.
400 more to go from Millie. No go there. Jam Rock and Roll on the option. We'll check it down. Jack's on the board with a king of clubs. Jack of diamonds, jack of spades. $2,000 to go on the pot. Bet. Could I put a little bit more dramatic pause in pot? Bet. 4 clubs comes on the turn. And that was huge. We have a humongous $18,000 pot sitting here. Jam Rock and Roll on the aggression here. Checks it. Both players check it. 3 of a kind, jacks from Marta. King 8. Only 2 pair from Jam Rock and Roll there. So Marta will take even more chips on this one. And now pretty much 4 times Godly, who is sitting right behind Marta at this point. Game getting quick, game getting aggressive at the Dominion Run final table. Jammer getting out of there, Godly getting out. Marta will add some more chips to that stack. Godley will play along with this one. 400 more for Marta, who will limp it in. Millie on the option will go a little bit more, doubling it up to 16. Marta and Godley hanging in there. 6-5 of hearts, 3 of spades. Seven of spades comes out on the turn. Everybody paying 800 chips for that. 800 more, says Marta, to see one more river card. Godley will see it. It's a 9. Another gut buster sitting on the board. And Godley will have it with the 8. There it is. Godley taking a few chips off of Marta there. Trying to even out the chip field here. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4 of clubs, 5 of spades. Everybody checking it around for a wheel gut buster on the board now. With 2 spades, 2 clubs on the board. And the 800 bet from Marta will be enough to get everybody out of there. Godley showing the 2 pair 3s and 4s. 4s and 3s. Sorry, what about that etiquette there when you're calling your game, sir? Why don't you call it what they call it in the book? Because I don't want to. God damn it. King 5 of spades. Ace of clubs. It's 800 to go for that 2 of spades that comes out on the turn. $4 to go. Big time bet from Jam Rock and Roll. And that will take us into the break. And we will be back in just a few minutes. In the meantime, Christmas is coming. And just to let you know, you can find some of the best Christmas music ever written somewhere else. We'll be back.
With Christmas fast approaching, the upcoming Christmas album from the Freak Child Experience is a fucking disappointment. While fans awaited creativity and passion, the effort feels like a constipation push. The songs are garbage, failing to capture the fucking festive spirit. Listeners are left hearing stories of violence, drunk Santas, and lazy-ass in-laws, let alone mentally disturbed senior citizens. Instead of joy, it brings anxiety. This release is a shit-showed opportunity, leaving fans the need to self-medicate.
So raise your glass high to the wild-ass freak child. Here's to the chaos we'll always share. A toast to the madness and all we endure. Christmas is chaos and that's for sure. So raise your glass high to the wild-ass freak child. Here's to the chaos, it's perfect for me. With Christmas behind us, New Year's is on deck. Ah, for fuck's sake, I'm gonna wring someone's neck. Ah, for sure. Blinds march higher, relentless cold. Every hand a battle, every chip is gold. No quick escape, no easy crown. The grinders rise, the reckless drown.
And we are back on the Dominion Run, the final table with the Syndicate Poker Club, playing poker at PokerNow.club, a free-to-play poker site. No money is involved. Everything is free. Sign up, join the sit and goes, heads up competitions, join a club, or just invite your friends. It is a graphic that does not want to cooperate with me right now, but there it is. Come play for free over at PokerNow.club, free online poker with friends, PokerNow.club. No sign up, no money required. As far as us, the Syndicate, we are at the Syndicate website officially, which you can find at syndicatepokerclub.com. Player profiles, player backgrounds, player profiles. Game and series stats, leaderboards, all that good stuff over there. With the upcoming 2026 season coming very soon after this. Everybody wrapping up the fall season. With even more excitement coming in December here, which is just a couple of short weeks away already. 44 shopping days left until Christmas, by the way. Millie taking that down with two pair there, 10s over 9s. Blinds at 500, 1,000. Godly going $2,000 now. Doubling it up over Jamrock's 1,000 chip big blind. 10 queen of hearts, 7 of diamonds. 45 to go. No go for Godly. Jamrock will build back. Coming up in December, 21 games, 21 days, the Syndicate's Ascendancy 2025. Club-wide Syndicate Series. There'll be 21 games in which the entire club plays with. Every single possible person can be on one leaderboard altogether. And after every 7 games, the top players will move on. The lower players will be eliminated. And then eventually, for one game and one game only, there will be only a certain amount left. Yet to be determined. We'll find that out soon. Keep your eyes peeled. Syndicate Ascendancy 2025. 10-7 of diamonds, 9 of clubs. That was a big board last hand. Didn't go very far, though. King of spades comes on the turn here. 1,000 to go. And a 10 of hearts to bookend this one. Godly will take the straight on that one right there on the turn. Marta having the lower end straight. Just by one card. Big cards coming on the flop here after the break here. Somebody must have washed the deck. Now we got queens bookending a king jack of clubs. And another jack to double the board up here. Queens and jacks on the board with a king of clubs. And Millie will have it with the queen. Marta having the jack, so Millie will take the full boat on that one. That was a nasty wet board. That thing belonged in a swimming pool. It was so wet. Holy crap. Got to send the cards back through the water treatment plant or something. Holy moly, dry that shit out. 500, 1,000, 500 more to go to Millie. Apparently in shock after winning this last hand. Finally calls. Jam, rock, and roll. Will roll out. A Jackson 5 and a Jackson 5 and a Jackson 5. Oh, sorry, that's not a repeat measure. 2 jacks and a 5. 2,000 to go, says Jammer. Millie will not play along. There's a Jack 6. Trips on the flop. $500 more to go to Jam Rock and Roll. See if he ends up putting any pressure on Godley. No. And Godley with an ace-jack offsuit. Millie under the gun gets out of the way. And nobody wants to play with Marta on that one. Millie taking out that big full boat there with the queens and then the jacks and whatever that was a few hands ago. Anyway, hailing out of Australia as well. Loves Hold'em, age 27. Won, no, that's not 2 series. Yeah, is it 2 series games? One, yes, with the Syndicate. Currently sits 5th overall with the Syndicate Poker Club in the 2025 season. Notable poker accolade. Lots of royal flushes, and we have seen those live here on our live streams. Last week or the week before, hit 2 royal flushes and a 4 of a kind during the, I forget which games those were. I think those were the chase games. I can't remember now. Millie having a boyfriend named Chase. They go sit out on the beach. Oh, wait, it's the same guy. Ace-6 of clubs. 7 of hearts. And we will not go any further than that on that board. 1,000 more to go from Marta. Things have slowed down a little bit since before the break. Blinds will be going up dramatically here again. Another 250. 500. In just a short 3.5 more minutes. On the second blind round after the break. 4-6 of hearts, king of clubs, 7 of spades, 1,000 to go from Godley. And our leaderboard chip-wise, just to put it into perspective, Marta still double over Godley. A little more than triple over Millie, who's in 3rd, and Jam Rock and Roll just down there at 88, hanging on. Larry Ellis going out in 5th. Casely ended in 6th. Quadzilla took an early seat in 7th place at the very beginning of the game on the second blind level. Make sure to like and subscribe. Tell your friends all about the Syndicate Poker Club right here on YouTube. More information on the Syndicate Poker Club, head over to the Syndicate Poker Club's website, syndicatepokerclub.com. $10-6 of clubs at 2 of hearts. Man, do we have some clubs on this board checked around. 15 to go on all these clubs, says Marta. And nobody else has enough to call a flush on that one. There it is. There's your king high flush. As Marta takes down another one. Throw a little background music in there for you guys. This is A Certain Urgency from many, many, many moons ago. This one's called What's It Gonna Take? And with that, Marta will take out Jammer with the pair of threes, ace jack kicker, ace nine only for Jam Rock and Roll on that one. So Jammer headed out in fourth place. Marta adding more to the chip stack here. As the action gets fierce, 750, 1500 are the blinds. Ace Jack 3 of hearts here on this flop. Millie will not play along with that one. An extra 15 to go on that one. Godley will play along. Eights on the board with a queen of clubs. 33 called by Godley. Another queen comes out to double up the board here. Queens and eights. Complete rainbow out there. And a 5 of hearts to round out the river. Pretty useless card, I'm sure. 6,000 to go. Marta thinking this one through for sure. Goes, and there's the queen. Ace Jack from Marta, just the kickers on that one, not thinking Godley would have it. But Godley did, in fact, have that third queen to make the full boat. Queen's full of eights. So Godley taking over the chip lead now. Marta firing. Another $3,000. Godley did not want to play. Doubled up again by Godley going on the aggressive. Millie calling it with 2 kings and a 4 on the board. 15 from Millie. All in from Godley. Millie will pretty much have to call this or sit out for one more hand. Ace 10 will not survive here probably. Against an ace jack. Millie needing a 10. Does not come. So Millie will go out. We will be heads up for the end of this final table. The Dominion final table. Millie ending out in third. Blind still at 750, 1500. And things are going to get very spicy here very quickly, for sure. Marta pushing each hand she can here. 750 to 1500 are the blinds. And those will get shoved back and forth. So we will see some serious action coming up here soon, I'm sure. $45 to go. We finally see a flop. 2 kings and a 6. Marta going 45, half the pot. Godley playing along. 7 of spades comes out. Checked by both players. A 6 bookends us with 2 pair on the board. And there's a 6 to give the 6s full for Marta. Getting the full house action back from Godley. Queen 9 deuce. No go there. Sixes again on the board on the flop. Players playing heads up, playing it fierce, playing it fast. Good way for heads-up battles to go online, especially. The faster you play, the longer or the easier it is to keep your opponent on kilter or go off kilter, whatever the word is. Y'all know what I mean. All in from Godley. Will not go for Marta. And we'll see a flop finally. 10-7 of clubs. Deuce, king of hearts now. Godly. These guys are getting fast and furious here. Somebody put it into turbo overdrive. I can feel the big move is coming. There it is. Marta goes all in. Godly is all in. Here we go. 9s over 3s. Race for the trips for Marta to catch a 3. Godly stays alive. Pocket 9's held. Pocket pairs can be huge in heads up. So Godly taking that one. And a humongous lead there with the blinds at a steep 750, 1500. All in again for Marta. Godly will call this one. 10 queen suited, pocket 4s. Pocket 4s land with trips. But we have a diamond draw here for Godly. And Godly will miss the diamond draw. Marta will take back what is so rightfully Marta's chips. And now we're about dead even. Exciting action right there at that part of the game here. All in from Godly. Marta does not want to play this one. We'll see a flop. 7s, bookending a 6 with a 7-6. Well, it wasn't really a bookend. Okay, there's a 6 in the middle of 2 7s. Oreo! Another flop comes out. More 7s. And some shit cards to go along with those. All diamond up with a big slick and a deuce. No go there. Heads up action. The Syndicate, by the way, playing the face-off second strike tournament currently. So everybody's been playing everybody heads up in the Syndicate Poker Club currently. I think these two actually just recently played their game. Or no, theirs is still coming up. But they played in the Syndicate face-off 1. So everybody having practice against each other playing heads up. That's why these are going so quick. Marta grabbing the ace on the river to seal the deal on that. Jack 5 of spades, 7 of diamonds, 8 of hearts will not be able to be played with Marta's hand. Marta pulls the all-in trigger, does not go. Shots fired, but dodged. Going up again. Godly showing a 5-3 over a big slick offsuit. 8s and an ace on the board. Dead man's hand is looking good here. Jack of diamonds comes out on the river. And 2 pair for Godly on that one. And a queen of spades on the river here to bookend this board. And that, well, hey, what do you know? We actually get to use something else for a graphic. That was a chop pot there. So we'll get some chop suey going. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, 4,500 to go. 6-8 queen, 6 queen 5. All hearted. Marta says 45. Godly will play. We'll see a turn. It's a jack of spades. 9,000 from Marta. Godly goes over the top. There's the all-in. Godly with the advantage here. And Godly will take that, and that will end it. Marta will end in second. Godly will take the title with the pair of queens at the very end of the game. So the Syndicate, Dominion Run, the final table. Godly is your champion of the Dominion Run, taking a second title with the Syndicate since the summer, taking the Warrior Series originally. And our final table ending out. Those chip stacks don't actually still exist, but Godly taking first, Marta taking second, Millie was in third, Jam Rock and Roll ended fourth, Leary Alice in fifth, Casely was in sixth, Quadzilla in seventh for the final table game of the Syndicate's Dominion Run. So make sure to like, subscribe, and do all that good stuff with the Syndicate here on YouTube. And we will be back with our broadcast tomorrow morning tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock Eastern. Don't forget, we will be back with the Accord final at 1 o'clock. Horizon final, 4 a.m. Eastern Wednesday. Then we're back with Chase and then possibly the Axe, most likely not. And then Friday, Saturday, 1 a.m. Eastern, however you want to look at it. The Omaha Conclave will final up, and then right behind that will be the finale of the Weekend Warrior. So with that, also stay tuned for the Ascendancy coming up very, very soon. So there you are. Dominion Run, Godly, champion, takes the title. And we will see you on the next broadcast. Check out syndicatepokerclub.com for all that cool shit. And play for free over at PokerNow.club. We'll see you next time.